friends, and welcome to today's video. My name is Vaja. I'm a qualified interior designer and color specialist. In today's video, we're talking all about the flooring. Very popular question. I get it all the time. You guys are asking me for the right color for your flooring, and then you are trying to explain to me what type of flooring you have and all that. Now, it is impossible for me to give you the right answer. And that is why I hesitate a lot of the time to give you the answer, because I have to see your space. Interior design and picking the paint color, that's where everyone makes mistakes. They just think people can recommend. It doesn't work like that, because you, in your open space living, you have flooring, and let's say you want to renovate or you're building a brand new home. There's so many elements that will dictate what paint color you are going to have, not just flooring. But I want to mention two things that are very important. What type of flooring you're going to pick, the ones that are the most timeless. So anything that it's oaky or that it's walnutty, those two type floorings that are the most timeless. They're just beautiful, elegant, and they will never ever outdate. And then when you work with your neutrals, no matter which neutral you bring into the space, it just works. And the paint color that you choose, it just works because it has enough depth, and all you're doing is creating that lovely contrast. So you will never be going and picking a paint color based just on your flooring. The way you pick the right paint color is with everything else that you're going to have in your space. So rule number one, when you are building a brand new home, the first thing you're going to choose are your windows. Windows are the largest object in your space, and they are everywhere. So whether you're going to have black or you're going to have white, it is really important. They will also dictate your color scheme. If you're having black, you have to repeat that black in every single room. Every color has to be repeated twice. I love black windows. I'm not against them. I even have them in my home. So you just need to work with them. You can't ignore them and then just have a lovely coastal or neutral home, but without anything black in it. So when I say black, you can just introduce it through accessories. You don't have to have a lot of black, but little bits and pieces are very needed in every space, including your bathrooms, laundry, and so on. So it is very important in the end, how do we create that, which I teach all in my online course if you are interested. So windows first, and then the second thing is when you're choosing your flooring, again, stick to something that it's timeless, that will stand the test of time, that will never outdate. I would never go for anything gray, and I would try to avoid anything that has way too much orange or red in it. They are not, these type of floorings are not very flexible, because the undertone of the red and orange is very prominent, and they're not giving you a lot of flexibility when it comes to picking the right white paint color. They prefer whites that are crisp and a bit cool, just to calm the redness and orange down. So I would personally avoid it. However, I know that a lot of homes do have these type of floorings, which is fine. Just in those instances, you will have to focus more on crisp whites and whites that have that slight blue undertone. They would work really well with that type of flooring. So I will show you now how I would approach creating the color scheme, because your after you pick your windows flooring, the next step is you need to pick your stone. Is the most important neutral element you're going to have in your space. It dictates also what white paint color you're going to have in your open space living. For your bedroom, it's a different story. It's one room, and then you can create. So you need to test your stone, and you need to see in your stone what white do you have and what undertone you have. So for example, the stone that I have picked, it has lovely white, warm white, and it also white with a green undertone, and it also has a beautiful neutral, which is a gray with a green undertone, which I will show you. I will test. So that is automatically telling me what white paint color I can have. These lovely veins are the veins that have a lovely gray green. So I'm going to put this in here, and the white that works really well with this stone, it's this white, warm white with a green undertone from Dulux. It's called Snowy Mountains, and it's a match made in heaven with this particular stone from Caesar Stone. So that is my white. If I want to have a two-pick kitchen, this is what I would give to my cabinet maker. This automatically becomes my wall paint color. So then I would start. So this is my white wall paint color. These are my undertones. So I can use these undertones and go and pick furniture. So in this instance, I have this fabric for my, let's say, sofa. I have these lovely curtains. They're also lovely grey green, but you can also have your curtains not in a grey green. You can have it in a lovely warm white. So you can bring these two colors. Now you can see how important these undertones are because you are testing. You are not guessing. You already know what you're working with. And then I have picked this lovely fabric here and use that just to pull a bit of a color. So if you just want everything neutral, that is fine. I always like to have my neutral base, and then I like to bring the pop of color. That is just how I love to work. That is just how I like to create color schemes. But you know, and when I worked with clients before, that's how I would see what their preferences are, and then just build on it. And then again, I would go and test. So I have tested here. This carpet is also, it's also grey green as well. As you can see, this mid color picks really nicely on it. So as you can see, I'm slowly throughout the house taking this neutral and just bringing it through the other elements. So I have it in my furniture, I have it in my curtains, I have it in my carpet. And now when it comes to flooring, all I need to do is just see what I would really like. So for me, if I would have to do this for my home, since my kitchen is going to be neutral, I would pick this walnutty flooring. It's a timber, so it would just melt so beautifully. Oh, it works like a dream with everything that I have created here, which I will bring you. So also, if you want just to have tiles in, let's say, just in your kitchen and then continue on rest of the space in your flooring, again, your stone is telling you that you have a lovely grey green. You can go and test it, and this is the lightest version of a grey green. It matches your stone really nicely. So all your neutrals are working really well, and all the fabrics here are working really well. So I'm gonna bring the camera and show you the close up, but that is how I would pick the perfect white. So I would not be picking it just based on the flooring. I need everything else to tell me what is happening in this space, what undertone I have, what is the neutral that I'm working with. I would test everything, and then I would pick the perfect white. That's how I would do it. For me, that is the right way of doing it, because you need to include everything. White paint color is the last thing you choose, not the first. So always pay attention to that. So let me show you the mood board that I have created. So here is the mood board that I have created. So as you can see, I have a stone here. Test. You can definitely see how beautifully these veins pick up on these two tones. So, and as well, we have a bit of a lighter gray green, and then this is the white paint color. As you can see, it matches to perfection the white that we have in a stone. You can use these tiles as a splashback, or you can just continue on with the stone. And as you can see, when you put this flooring with this color scheme, it just works well, and it creating the lovely contrast from your flooring to your wall, doors, architraves and skirtings. And then again, I have a lovely grey green in here. My carpet is grey green. My curtains are grey green. You don't have to have them in grey green. You can also have them in a lovely white with a green undertone, which you will need to take this shopping with you and test. Now, as I said, I love having color, so I found this lovely fabric that also has a grey green, and then I've started pulling the greens through it. I also have this lovely mustard color that can be in a cushion or in a chair. It doesn't really matter. I always like pop of color, but that is just me. You can do you. House always needs to reflect you. Again, if we have a look at here, this is lovely grey green. As you can see, it's picking up on a lighter and a darker version of the grey green, and it would work really well with your stone if you would want to have that tile on the floor instead of the flooring in your kitchen, or you are going to continue with this stone in your laundry, for example, that would be the really good tile that you can use. There's also one more tile. I'm just going to grab it. This tile also would work really well. It picks up also on the lovely, if you want it in a darker version, and again you can test here, and as you can see it works really well with the gray greens. So there you go, that's how easy it is. You just need to have all the whites, you need to have all the undertones, you need to create the color scheme. If you're building a home from the scratch, I teach all this in my online course. And if you are renovating, again, it's the same system. You just need to know what you have inside your home, what you are working with your fixed elements. I wish you all a lovely day, and I hope this was really helpful. Ciao for now.